Alrighty, I had to stop and check the rear camera because I had bumped it and turned it into photo mode when I want it in video mode. So anyway, that's back to its recording self. Now, it might sound a bit paranoid, but recording rides and recording events on the road can save a lot of headache should there be an incident. Now, of course, we never want to have a traffic incident, but unfortunately, they do happen. In my experience, it's often a comedy of errors between the cyclist and the motorist. A lot of motorists think they're in a hurry, but in reality they're not. At any rate, there are alternatives to the highway, even if they are a bit overgrown and bumpy. It never ceases to amaze me how quickly all these weeds sprout up. Now, I did install a guard on the front disc. It's kind of wimpy. I was hoping that it would be a lot stiffer. However, it'll help quite a bit against lightweight bumps and rock strikes. There are a lot more robust mud guards, but this was the first one that I saw for a reasonable price. And I thought I'd give it a shot. The thing is, a good disc can cost onwards of $60 to $90 to be sure. Giving it some protection is not a bad idea. Now there are heavy-duty mud guards for, let's say, downhill race bikes, but those guys ride at 50 kilometers through deep trenches that, well, normal people would never negotiate. I was going about 50, little more than 50 the other day on a nice paved road going downhill from Zerluma. Okay. At any rate, I was going down from Zerluma at that speed, and I was just thinking that downhill racers go that fast through rain ruts. Rain ruts are the one thing that really make me nervous. If they catch your tire, you can't get out, so you have to be able to ride through it. Or cancel, stop and get out of it. But climbing out of it is going to be particularly questionable. This is Mecca, although I won't be going to the old town right now, although that's one of my favorite places to visit because they have such wonderful things to eat and drink. This is Cemetery Road, Camino del Cementerio, and it will take us into the farmlands and beyond. Oh no, a pussycat. Today's ride is going to take me into Guadalajara in the zone Castilla-La Mancha. It is the next state over, the next province. It's kind of remarkable too, because once you cross into Castilla-La Mancha, it really does appear to be different. The soil is redder, the hills are sweeter, everything's just, I like it. It's one of my favorite places to visit. Okay, I believe there are some speed bumps coming up. Pretty soon. One of the alternatives I have is to make a left by this white building and go up this farm road, and that is a whole other adventure, and it connects to other farm roads which I have never been to the end of. One of the rides I want to try to do, and I have to lay out some planning before I attempt it, is to actually cross the Madrid corridor. That's kind of where I am right now. It's sort of a valley. At any rate, cross the Madrid corridor and get to the mountains on the other side. Totally doable. A few years ago, I did it, but I really honestly don't remember how I did it. I was particularly lost, but I was having fun. This is a speed bump traffic stopper gizmo in the middle of the road, and it always freaked me out because it looks so formidable. This is another one. It just looks formidable. But it just looks that way. This bicycle feels considerably different since I put on the Bucklows air fork. As I mentioned, it's a particularly inexpensive fork. I paid 125 euros delivered. Now they are available on Amazon for almost twice that amount, but I bought this directly from the factory. They also have a decent website and have all sorts of products. I need to take a look at the cranks that they have, because I'd love to have a short arm double. In other words, this crank that I'm using now is got 170 millimeter arms. I would like 160 millimeter arms, but with the same 46 excuse me, with the same 4630 chain rings. For this bike and for the type of riding I do, 4630 is plenty good, especially as I have 1132 in the back. So the Bucklow's air suspension fork, the XLC suspension dropper seat post work together very well. I think one of the first things I should have done when I built this bike was to put in a dropper seat post. It has the cable hole and the routing all set up, ready to go. All one needs to do is to shove it in. God, they love their speed bumps. Well, it's going to get rather lumpy and gravelly very soon. In fact, well, maybe not as lumpy as the speed bumps, but I'll be off the blacktop here in a hot second. So I'm going to end this video and start a new one when I get to close to my destination. It's just pretty here. Gotta go.